All right, we are here with the man, the myth, the legend, Greg O'Gallagher on Under the Influence. Welcome, man. We're so happy to have you. I didn't know how close you were, just next to me.
Dude, I'm happy to be here, man. It's a really dope spot you got here in Miami.
Thank you, thank you. I feel like we have a ton to cover for you guys. We're gonna talk about dating, fitness, money, business, you name it. So I figured why not get in and start with, obviously you told me you're from Toronto, but would love to hear more about your childhood and what it was like growing up in Canada, and then when you started coming to the States a lot more.
100%, man. I was from a family of five. I had three brothers, one sister, so it was a pretty big family and a lot of sports growing up. I was from Toronto, and I just most of my childhood memories were playing sports and video games, and I was obsessed with video games. If I could spend hours, 8 hours a day lost in a video game just because I could level up the characters. One of the coolest things to me. And so my childhood pretty much revolved around sports, video games. Hated school, was not for me. I hated the classroom. My father was a massive influence on me. He was very, very successful, had a very, very strong mindset, and always impressed on me working hard, setting goals, and waking up and having that drive, that determination, that ambition. And so my father really formed a lot of my sort of outlook at a very, very young age. And I knew, growing up, I wanted to become strong, I wanted to become successful, and it was just very drilled into my mind. Now, the strength and the fitness I knew I could do absolutely, but becoming successful, I was that was something I was going to have to figure out along the way.
Yeah, 100%, man. And it just comes down to your environment, like what you said, right? Like when you're in that environment, just growing up, it really molds who you are, especially in the early days where I think that's when you're most moldable.
100%. It was actually quite interesting because, speaking of my childhood, as a kid, I was kind of known as Shy Gregory. I was shy in groups of people in school. I kind of was very to myself. I just remember most of my life was very much living in my head. So I actually had to learn how to kind of become more outwardly confident, to become more social. And it's weird because I post all these videos, I speak in front of people. But that actually was kind of something hard for me.
Wow. So would you say growing up, you're more introverted for sure? And then has that changed since now, or would you say you're still introverted?
I was absolutely more introverted growing up, but it was interesting because I think everyone has certain elements of being introverted, certain elements of being extroverted. Like when I was playing hockey or playing sports, I would be extremely extroverted.
Yeah.
When I kind of found my own rhythm, if we were in a drama class or something, I definitely felt way more comfortable. But in overall, just kind of being in school with groups of people, I just kind of felt very, very shy.
Wow.
So it's those little different scenarios and settings where I felt like I came to life.
Yeah.
But then most of it, I just kind of felt very, very shy. So I actually had to overcome that completely.